I said, I'm 46. They're like, what? And the Jamaican said, bloody Africans.
Okay.
You looked so young, as far as he was concerned. So that was him believing that Africans look younger than Caribbeans. And I was thinking, I didn't ever think there was a difference between us in that regard.
Nobody did that.
There is it.
And then
it's just him that's decided that in his head.
But he meant it. And then the Sikh was there showing us his kids, talking about how his oldest and youngest son look the same and his middle one looks different than the rest of them. And I said, I'm sorry, I must be racist. Because they all look the same to me.
I can't have it.
But they didn't.
I know if you beg it, eloquently saying nothing, saying nothing. Yeah, ESN, eloquently saying nothing. Yeah.
I disagree with Mr. Wolf. It doesn't sound like a love song. It just sounds like a slow R&B thing.
Don't mind him.
Toxic masculinity
He wants to be the only smooth one on the pod.
in his finest.
Eloquently saying
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the Eloquently Say Nothing podcast. It is the 13th/14th of February.
Valentine.
Valentine is coming.
On the sign.
When you're your friend. How old is that? That is not 4 or 5 years old, is it?
What's that?
Valentine's is coming.
No, that's a lot longer than 4 or 5
So
years.
because that choir that does it, they're going to like it, they create it. But
Which choir?
The Valentine's is coming.
I've never heard it before. Anyway.
Where's your boyfriend?
Yeah, I've never heard the choir doing that.
Yeah. Okay, then cool.
Nah, this was Schoolboy, wasn't it? On the back of the bus.
Is that old?
Yeah.
I
I thought it was like a comedian that did it.
No, I thought well, maybe. But the earliest video I remember of it was a little black boy in the back of the bus, and he was there. He was beating it on the back of the bus.
Okay.
Lonely.
I am so lonely. Anyways, so yes,
It's like a whole song.
Yeah, they do a new version every. They add a new verse every year. The choir one.
Oh, okay.
But
Ren DMC is the person that's got the song.
How old is this one?
2020, it says.
Well, then it might be. Anyways, okay. Either which way, hopefully you're in a situation with whatever situation you're happy with the situation you're happy with.
Situationship.
You get me?
Entanglement.
And all of that good stuff. So yes, I told you the date. It is 0058. Yes, on Valentine's Day. It's been a Valentine's Day, my boys. Pause.
Okay, I've just seen the one on board the bus now.
Yeah, you see it.
I've
Yeah?
never seen it before.
What year was that?
I don't know. It's on Beatbook.
Oh, okay.
Can you play that one so I can hear it? Because the one I hear now is... Where's the remix?
Where's your boyfriend?
All right, where was I? Yeah, so that's the time, that's the date. I am very tired. I've been up for 20 hours so far today.
Real bad man.
After a couple of 23 kids. Real bad man. How many kids was it?
23. I think it was 23. I think so.
Is that not disgraceful?
It depends
On what?
on whether or not there are any, if they're being minded and facilitated.
23 kids on an island with 1 point something million people or 2 billion people. It's not kosher, man. It's not righteous.
Nah, you have to think about the bigger picture.
Which is what?
Spreading the seed, like they said in the Bible, isn't it? Going forth and multiplying. That's why I said it depends entirely on whether or not they're looked after.
Really bad, man.
If he's looking after them, then I don't see anything wrong with it, to be honest with you. If he's not, then that's the way the problem.
I don't know if you can look after 23 children.
Yeah, you can look after 23 children.
Financially, you can.
Yeah, but can you have quality relationships? Probably not, but you can look after them.
Well, that's my definition of looking after them. The having quality. Well, that's what I'm talking about, anyways. Because you can have the kids, you can pay for them, send them to school, and have them messed up because you were never around.
I just read something, and I don't want to forget it.
Go on.
This is a again not spoilers. What's the thing? Trigger warning. There's a couple of trigger warnings, things I want to talk about today. Right. So Davido, is basically has a court case or was having a court case for custody of one of his children. And I don't know if you remember, but Davido had a child that died.
Yes, swimming pool.
So the lawyer for the defense, of the woman, basically said, how can you ask for joint custody? You've already had a child that's died. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's all right?
No. It's dark arts, that is.
Yeah.
You think it's all right or you don't think it's...
If I'm looking to fight you, I don't like it. But if I don't like all this cool stuff for kids in the first place. So once you've gone into that realm, I don't think it's all right. I don't like it. But once you're in that realm, then that is reasonable, or it's a thing to do because I want to win. And you might actually believe it. You might the mama might actually believe. I don't think you guys are responsible. In your house, you party too much.
It's not the one the lawyer said it.
Yes, but they're talking on behalf of the mother, innit?
Are they? Or they're just talking to win.
What are you talking about? The mother? You think they don't run things by the mum? I'm just gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you what they're gonna say.
I don't know. Maybe not.
No. And even then, it doesn't matter. Whether she co-signs it or not, you're still talking on behalf of the mum.
Okay.
And my point is that she might actually be like, I don't like what they do in that house. I don't think they're responsible in that house, and maybe that's why that child passed away, because nobody was there watching the child. The house is massive, and blah 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 blah.
Boy, I just think that's below, not even the belt, boy. That's below the knee, everything.
Yeah, but that's what lawyers are, isn't it?
Just bring up your dead son, boy, in the middle of a law case.
That's what lawyers are, bro. They got to be prepared to say some ill shit.
You said that's out of bounds.
I think that's out of bounds, man. For me personally, that's out of bounds. Like, it's out of bounds. Yeah, all I want is joint custody. It's not like I'm trying to get full custody. It's not even like I'm trying to do whatever.
And if it depends now, or it makes a difference if that mum is the mum of the child that passed away, or if it's a different mum. Okay.
Well, she also would have been responsible. I think they were both in the house at the time, I believe.
I don't know the ins and outs. I just remember it was a pool. So yeah, it's peak, but unfortunately, this is why that whole business of it's just very techie and dangerous and upsetting and unfortunate.
It's disgusting. But anyway, sorry, I know I went off tangent. I just read it, and I thought, bit what all about.
Okay, well, this is how we're starting, ladies and gents. Valentine's and court cases. One leads into the other often.
What episode number is this?
It is
551.
Your blood.
Yeah. Last week I said it was 549.
Yeah,
and I was wrong.
Oh, you're still.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know, but I have to put it right.
Tupac cares. If don't nobody else care. Hashtag ESN Podcast. Join in the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the socials. ESNpodcast@gmail.com to send in the things.
Tell them.
As you've heard again, it's just three voices.
It's we again.
Because we've kicked him out of the pod. We no longer have Mr. Wolf.
Bobby Brown has left the building.
He tried to be bigger than the group, which clearly he can't do at his size.
Oh my God.
And so we told him that he had to leave. We told him to pack his bag and go. He had a Ghana bag ready for shipment, and we left him
I
alone.
think he could fit in a guy in the bag, you know.
False accusations.
Accusation. So you're not going to hear from him anymore, and that's the end of that, innit?
Nah, don't do that. I know you're joking, but don't do that.
Why?
Because what did you say not too long ago on this thing where you
can speak things
into your existence?
Shout out Mr. Wolf always. Bro.
Always.
Okay.
My brother and your brother.
Wait for the wolf who should be
Mr.
coming to
Sneaker
Ratcliffe.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Mr. Wolf. All right. So Mr. Wolf is there,
I'm Mr. Wolf.
and to my right,
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menen Mama.
Gaza forever, 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 forever.
Gaza will say forever. Alliance of the Foundation. Boom, bam, bam. Simple Gaza for Simon Medea. You see me? You zagademi.
Big Wahala Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter was good people.
I've ridiculed everyone on the Rasta. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Get down.
Double check they want.
I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss
You can't handle the truth.
on most of the socials, and always in our arts.
Spider sense tingling. Spider sense tingling.
Shout out DJ Webslinger, that actor. Always. All right, gentlemen, let's get started. Do you want to talk about that thing you put in the group last week, or that we didn't get around to?
I can't remember.
I can't
We
even
can
remember
do,
what it
but I've got other things to talk about this week now.
Of course you do. Go ahead.
There's a few things, but let me start off with the one thing that I wanted to talk about, which is more a statement rather than a discussion. Have you ever heard about a woman called Marina Baya? She's a very, very dark-skinned woman from Sierra Leone. She's like a bodybuilder.
No.
Very beautiful woman, but she does like Instagram videos where she cooks a lot and stuff like that. So she does gym stuff and she does cooking stuff.
For her man.
Is that,
Probably.
Is that the one? Yeah, she does the cooking for, like, she's always presenting the plate that she's going to give to her husband. Is that one?
I don't know if it's that one, but I see her like chopping up stuff and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, she
What's
cooks.
her name? Marina.
Yeah, Marina Baya, Gbaya.
M-A-R. Go on, carry on.
But anyway, so she's quite a popular Instagram influencer or whatever. For some reason today, I just wanted to know where she was from. I was like, where's this woman from? So anyway, so I found out she's from, I believe, Sierra Leone, right? Sierra Leone. I've been listening to that song bare times this week anyway. So anyway, so maybe it's meant to be in my heart to say what I'm saying today.
Man should go to Sierra Leone, you know. I just seen the
Sierra Leone.
I'm listening. I know a couple, boy.
golly.
I worked with one very cute.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, the very first girl that I was properly besotted by was from Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Anyway, so I was reading about a story or whatever.
Miss Parker?
Because something popped up and it's again trigger warning. It gets very deep. So she is a victim, if you want to call it, depending on how you are looking at it, of female genital mutilation.
Oh, no.
So she was speaking about it happening and what's happened to her and blah blah blah. But anyway, so I was just I think I spoke about this before on the podcast. I'm sure I have at some point in time anyway. But for people that don't know,
Just FGM in general.
yeah, I think we have. For people that might not know, FGM is basically when certain traditions, countries, religions, whatever, make the decision to circumcise a woman's clitoris when they're of a young age to dampen their sexual desires. Is obviously not necessarily, it's very different from obviously a man's having his penis having the circumcision, because you're just cutting off skin there.
It don't have to be for that reason, by the way. Sometimes it's just tradition. It's not even about that anymore.
Okay, well, even if that's the case. But anyway, so it's happening. It's been banned in a load of countries.
And it don't have to be just cutting the clit. They sew
the thing up as well.
So there are different various methods.
Yeah, so some people cut the clit, some people sew up the actual vagina entry and all this type of stuff. But either way, they're messing with people's vaginas at a very young age, which can cause a lot of complications in the adulthood and in childhood, to be honest. But one of the things, obviously, Stav just told you now, they sew up their vagina. So obviously, when they're now going to have children, how does that work? If they've sold up a part of it, because you still can enter, it's just that it's sold a bit of it, and now they have to like try and undo that work. Anyway, the reason why I was discussing it is because she was a lady that went through what they call, it's almost like a newish type surgery where they're now trying to how can I put it, repair the damage that's been done by the FGM. It's very niche. It's not been from the time that I was reading, I think it was a couple of years ago that they were starting to do this stuff, and it's not necessarily something you could just go and get from any doctor or anywhere, but it is something that they're now looking into, and some people are doing it. So I don't know, the way they were talking about it, there's millions of people from certain places that have this, and obviously they then go to different countries where maybe this becomes available. I know it's in the US that they're doing this quite a bit. And one of the doctors that was doing it in the US went to Africa and trained some of the African doctors to do the same thing. It doesn't always work. So please, again, from what I was reading, it's not necessarily that it's 100% the case that you get back the sensation that you would have. But some people, and the women were saying that a lot of them find sex painful and all of this type of stuff just because of the scarring and all the stuff that comes alongside it. And this has helped to relieve a lot of, well, let me say a lot, maybe a third of people that's had it. It helps to relieve that stress. So anyway, if there is anyone out there that's had this and it's something that, you know, you've been looking and you know, it's not something you thought about, maybe you should look into seeing whether or not there is a way that you can get this reversed. Not just to think that this could be the be or end all of your situation. But yeah, it's very sad whenever I read about all of this type of stuff.
So this was just a public service announcement?
Kind of, because I didn't know that there was any reversal treatments at all. And this was something I just read today, and I was like, oh, so there is ways that you can potentially reverse it. But it is, again, very experimental. They're doing certain things. Like one woman said that she's tried so many different techniques. Like one time she just basically she just did put a bit more skin on the scarring to think that it would heal itself again. That didn't work. Some of them said that they put extra fat in the clitoris place area so it could grow a bit better, because that seemed to be a problem. Apparently with this lady here, they tried that, but she didn't have as much fat as, because she's so muscly that the fat was even hard for them to find and stuff like that. And she had to go to 2 different doctors before she got to the point where her one kind of worked. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how many women out there, you might be talking to a woman somewhere and you don't even know they've had it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'll just say it.
One question I wanted to ask, just based on definitions here.
It's not you. It looks to me like you're dead.
Just based on definitions here, you've got by its name FGM, it's a mutilation. But genital mutilation, would circumcision fall under genital mutilation?
Probably.
By dictionary definition, yes.
Okay.
But by culture,
yeah, I know by culture we don't see it that way.
No, because it doesn't. Unlike with the women, it doesn't actually do anything, and autonomically, or whatever the word
autonomy.
Yeah,
kind of it's changed, but yeah. So it doesn't not doing anything like negative. It has no negative effects that I know of.
Some people might say it's even more positive than a negative.
No, it makes. Doesn't it make your penis less sensitive?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, I don't know, but that's what I've heard about it. If that makes sense,
it can't really be proved either way, to be honest with you, unless an adult has a circumcision.
There are adults that have circumcision.
There are adults that have circumcision.
Okay, yes, there are. Okay, well,
I would think.
Okay, you know what? Yes, sorry, I'll take it back. I'm talking from a place of.
Well, I'm suppose we could Google it and see whether or not it's the case.
No, because I've heard actually that it changes the sensation one way or the other. I can't remember if it's more or less, but either which way, the sensation is changed.
I would have thought it might have been less, just based on logic of having your nerves exposed all the time. Without if you've got your foreskin removed, then your underbit is exposed more often than not, and your body would then have to desensitize that area in order for you to not be constantly either in pain or in what do you call it, arousal. That's what I would guess.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It sounds logical.
Yeah, that's what I would guess. Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to ask because I thought about it and I thought it probably is a mutilation as well, but we just don't see it like that.
So I talked about a woman's thing and you decided to make it about the men.
No, not at all.
And the thing I wanted to say was, very often it's the women that want their daughters to get.
Yeah, they say that quite.
Is it
in certain other countries?
Very often.
And there's a lot of when I was reading it, a lot of as I said, people have been banning it in countries.
Yeah,
and there's people just fighting it, trying to defend it.
So,
they want it. They still want it in this thing. It's part of their culture. It's part of their religion. They want it. This, that, and the other.
But it's interesting that women are asking for it. Is that
women that have had it done?
Oh,
because like what I was saying, it's culture. Yeah. It's like if you went to, I don't know, an African country and said we're banning smacking children, and we'd fight it where most people in the world would be like, why would you fight smacking your child? Like that's torture, that's punishment. And you're looking, no, this is our culture, this is what we do, this is how we discipline it. Yeah. It's a similar kind of thing.
This is why we don't have as many mass murderers as you do.
So sometimes when you're outside the situation or when you've grown past it, you feel, you can't even understand why you would ever be in that space.
And you have to remember, if they've had it for such a young age, they won't even know the difference anyway.
True.
So, or they'll know by obviously the discussions, I suppose.
Yeah, potentially.
Maybe not. In fact, you don't even know what these people know, what they don't know.
Some of them have a ritual, like they have a celebration.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage or all that kind of stuff.
Thing.
I know that some in Philippines, the men do it when they're teenagers. Yeah, that's what I heard anyway.
Yeah. Which is like makes it the rite of passage.
Because our man's rite of passage. Yeah. Oh, my wife tried to question my manhood today. She said, she asked me today, have I lost manhood points today? Because I told her I don't think I've ever shaved.
Why would you lose manhood points for that?
Because I've never shaved.
Oh, your face?
Yeah.
You've never shaved your face?
I don't think I've ever shaved my face. Maybe if anything, it would maybe be
talking
one.
about your chest or your privates or something like that.
Never shaved. Never really had to.
Well, you don't lose manhood points for it, but I just would have thought you would have had something a bit more going on.
No, just people just shave whatever. I just grow it up the barber.
No, hold on. So it has been shaved. You personally have never shaved.
I've never shaved my face, basically.
You have never shaved your face, but not that your hair has never been cut.
No, of course. The barber cuts my beard all the time. But I'm saying that I personally, I've never got a razor or a razor cream and shaved my face.
Oh.
I might have done it with pretending like when my dad used to have it when I was a bit young to just perceive I could pretend to do it, but never actually shaved.
I don't use razor cream either.
Whatever then.
So what? And she said whether you lose points for that.
Yeah, because obviously most men, you see them when they watch the programs, you see they put in their thing and try to shave immediately as soon as they find anything when they're trying to shave. I've never been that person, so no, you know.
I never really thought about it, really. And so,
have you ever used a razor to shave?
Yeah. But not anymore because you get razor bumps in it. So I use clippers now.
Oh, and it's shaved.
But yeah, the big razor has been used and whatnot.
Yeah, never bought a razor. Never used.
Well, to be honest, I still have a razor now. Actually, so when I shave, if I can be bothered, if I'm in the mood to be super sexy, then I've got the it's a natural razor type thing that is meant for you to hold and to scalpel your beard.
Cutthroat.
I had a cutthroat, but I lost it. So this one is just a cheaper version. It's a plastic handle with a blade on it, and but it's in essence it's a cutthroat, but it's just a tiny blade. Yeah.
So does that mean that your wife has been looking at me with minus points my whole life?
Right, you never shaved.
I've never shaved before, so
I don't know.
She must be just like
How does she know whether you did shaved or not?
Oh, no, for long enough, isn't it?
Your wife you're talking about?
No, yours.
Yeah, why would my wife know whether or not you shaved or not?
Because I've known her for long enough, that's what I mean.
I didn't know that you've never shaved or not. So why would she know?
But I think in essence, what it comes down to is that she's looking down on men that don't shave, and whether she knows he does it or he hasn't done it, he ain't done it.
I don't know, but he said that she should know. I'm saying I
haven't cut my hair from birth, so
no, not your hair, your beard.
Yeah, I haven't cut any hair off my body from birth.
I don't know.
But it's never been shaved, full stop?
Never.
So this just grows like this?
That's how my face grows.
No hair?
None.
But you haven't even looked like you have razor bumps on the side?
None.
Interesting. Because I know you're not meant to cut your hair, innit?
Yeah, I don't cut my hair.
Yeah, as a Rasta. So, can you explain to me again? Rastas are never meant to cut their hair.
Yeah, it's the vow of the Nazareth. Like, so there's a piece in the Bible that talks about not having your hair cut for. There's a certain set of rules around it. It's like 7 years or something. I can't remember who it is now, but one of the notables in the Bible didn't cut their hair for a 7-year period, and then a funeral occurred, and that's why they had to cut their hair. So as far as Rastafarianism is concerned, they don't cut hair.
What about for funerals then?
Yeah, you don't. If you go to a funeral, you're supposed to cut your hair, which is why you never see me at graveside.
But you've been at a funeral?
But you never see me at graveside. You go graveside at a funeral, you're supposed to cut your hair. If I go jail, I'm supposed to cut my hair.
Jail?
Mm-hmm.
As to visit, or if you commit a crime?
If I go to jail, if I'm in jail, I'm supposed to cut my hair.
Because it's disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that one. That
Disrespect of what?
to God to have your, like, you shouldn't be in hair with it. So the hair is linked to is godly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in this demonic space, don't link me with that thing there. I'm not connected with that. With that prison, man. Cut that hair. It ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your business there. I didn't tell you to get caught. All right, okay. That's you learn something new
every day.
Every day. So
okay.
as a Rasta, you can't go graveside and in jail with your hair. All right, but would you actually cut your hair if God forbid
that I went jail?
You got sent to the clink.
Yeah, I probably would.
Can you imagine this?
You go from Rasta to bald head.
Mm-hmm. I probably would.
Wow. What else was on your docket?
Oh, no, another thing that I was just wondering is whether you look at a lot of been paying attention to anything that's happening in the Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics?
Not at all.
I've looked on there out of curiosity, but I've been very prejudiced. Because I'm just like, this is white people's Olympics.
So you say that it's not necessarily. There's black people that do stuff there. But anyway, there's been there's been 3 things of note so far that I've seen.
Mm.
In the opening ceremony, when Israel came out,
they got booed.
Everyone booed.
Is it?
Yeah.
And they booed JD Vance.
I didn't even see his thing, but yeah, they booed Israel, boy.
Wow.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
Another thing is
and Ukraine got massive cheer.
A Ukrainian actual Olympian that was doing one of the skiing, I think Dan Holtzlope or whatever one that they do, or obviously I can't remember.
Slalom or something.
Either one of the ones, he's got a helmet, and on the helmet he's got multiple athletes that have died in the Ukrainian war, and he put them all on his helmet. And he wore it the first time, they warned him. He wore it again, they warned him. They wore it another third time, and they've banned him. So that's become like a talking point that, you know, why has he been banned? Because he feels like he's not gone against any of the rules. Yeah, which I'm pretty certain he probably has, regardless.
That's good for him. He deserves to be banned. He pushed it like he did it twice.
But yeah, the third time was just pushing it, taking it. They allowed it. You almost like you've proved your point. Just wear a normal helmet. But anyway, so they've banned him now. So that's another thing that it's been interesting. And the third thing, I don't know if you know about this woman that went to go downhill skiing with she had hurt herself. I think she had like an ACL issue or something. Yeah, she went to go downhill again and then broke her leg. Okay. Why if you know that you're injured already?
What country was it?
I can't even remember, but I'm like, this. You see her getting airlifted out. I was like, why do they even let her in? If you're injured enough that it was a proper injury, I just can't remember what it was, but it was a proper injury that you should not be skiing. And you went to go and break her leg after. I was like, nonsense, man.
Do you know why? I'm every woman. It's all in me.
I sing that to my missus sometimes when she's trying to do too much, and I'm like, you realize I'm hearing it. She really wants to be that woman that does everything. I'm telling you, nobody's clapping for you though.
Nobody's clapping for you.
I'm not rating you. I'm telling you. Let me do. No, I'll do it. All right, I'm gonna. No, I'll do it. No, what's wrong with you? And then I start singing that. She'll smile. I was like, you can't do. You're not there to do everything. Insult.
Some people like to do things their own way, innit?
It's not even that.
What is it?
It's not even that, because you'll do things that, like, I don't know, like, she's got this big thing about me sleeping. So if I was just saying I'm gonna wash like after I've edited the podcast, but she knows I'm not gonna finish the podcast till 1-2 in the morning, and so she's gonna be in bed, and it's 9 o'clock now. So she'll wash. She'll just start washing. And I said, "What's wrong with you? You made the food. You did whatever. You bathed the kids. Leave the dishes."
Or maybe she wants to wash now.
No, it's not that. Because I said I'll do it.
Yeah, but you said you're going to do it later. And some people don't want it to be done later.
I've just told you. No, she doesn't like things overnight. So if it's she don't want to wake up to it, but it don't have to be whether it's now or in an hour is not the issue. It's that I don't want you to do it. Or that thing I mentioned before, a few months back, where I told her I'd divorce her if you take out the bin. That lasted for about 4 months, 5 months. And then she started doing it again.
Oh, so she takes out the bin? That's a real woman right there.
Right there.
No, I'll come home. So what day is it today?
Friday.
Yeah, so on a Sunday, they collect our bins on Monday. Okay. So when we're recording on Sunday, very often I'll get the alert that the door's open and I'll be like, what is wrong with this woman? We'll be recorded at 10, 11, and before she goes to bed, she starts, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
That's a real woman right there.
So then I'll have to threaten her again. Not as bad as the last time, but I'm just looked at her like, what is actually wrong in your head?
I'm not dying on this hill,
What's
man.
actually wrong in your head?
I've got massage in my body. I know I've got massage in my body, but I ain't dying on this stupid hill of taking out the dustbin is a man's job. I'm not having this one, man.
I'm not. I'm with you. So that's what I said. That's a real woman right there.
Yeah, I'll do it, but I'm not screaming. This is a man. Again, we've had already this discussion. That's a Western man thing. You know?
It's not my job, brother.
Yeah, we've had the big discussion in it.
We've had that.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's.
But I think our misses are very similar in the sense that they want to do all of. I only get frustrated when she wants to do things that I'm supposed to be doing.
But you don't count the bin as
no.
So, is there an example of something that you think is your job that she's trying to commandeer?
It's like sometimes like it's normally things that we've agreed on. So I do the utilities, yeah.
As in bills?
Yeah, I'll pay the utilities, and I've got the set utilities that I pay, and then every now and then she'll try and pay them, and it's like.
I don't think it's common that both people even have all the details to pay the bills, you know.
I don't. So basically, she's treating you like that woman treated Eddie Murphy in Boomerang and put the money on the account.
It's odd. So it's a bit odd.
Take some of this money, baby.
And then I think I get frustrated because you're trying to do that, but then there'll be something that you're supposed to do and you haven't done it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what she's trying to do.
Face your front.
She's trying to show you, I could do this, whatever.
Again.
I don't really have that problem with my wife.
It's all in me.
I think I'm the one that's the problematic one in that respect, where I step over boundaries just to do.
You are a habitual line stepper.
Yeah, basically.
So why? What stuff do you do that you think?
No, that she thinks.
Oh, yeah, it's not that I think.
Cooking.
Cooking is one of them. Yeah, but again, I'm not sitting there waiting for anyone to come home and cook. That is long. I'm going to
preach.
And so yeah, that will probably be the biggest one. I have too many opinions on stuff related to decorations in the house as well.
Oh, okay.
Or stuff like that. So you think she thinks that's a woman's thing to make this?
Well, okay, for me, it'll be with my daughter's hair then.
Okay.
So it's like I shouldn't have an opinion because I'm not a man. I'm not a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with you, bad? Don't because I didn't mention the haircut thing on the pod ever.
I don't think you mentioned it on the pod.
All right. So she doesn't listen, so it's all good. My wife and I live in relative bliss, I would say. If I could collect all the relationships in the world, I'd be like, we're in top tier relationships in terms of arguments and beef.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen hardly ever. But the biggest beef we've had this last 6 months has been over my daughter's hair. Because, and maybe even hair in general. She seems to have an opinion on my son's hair. Because she likes sweet boys. And when his hair was long, it was fine. But now we've cut it. It's like she wants a sweet boy. She wants it shaped up and all this stuff. But we're growing it again. So it's like, I don't need to kill myself. But anyway, my daughter, I don't want her haircut at all. Touched, trimmed, all this edges stuff. Leave it. Don't want it touched. And I don't know why. I think at some point my brother didn't want to do it with his daughter, and her hair grew for a while. I don't know if they ever trimmed it, but in my head, I was a lot younger then. They never cut her hair. So for me, it was like when I have a girl, I'm not gonna. So this is before I ever met her. Her hair's not gonna get cut until she's old enough, or I think she's old enough, to a teenager or something like that, and she wants it cut. So until then, that's that. So I've told my missus this, and for her, she's bang on. We need to cut the edges to keep the hair healthy. And I'm like, I don't think you need to. I think black women have a problem with hair. Yes,
He
yes.
just said black women.
I think yes. Let me reiterate.
Today
So you know.
white wedding.
So you know, I'm not mincing my words. Black women, you have an issue when it comes to your hair. You don't
Stavros
need.
was supposed to say this. I'm not
this is-
involved in this.
Black women. I don't know about any other culture, so I'm not saying that you're worse than anybody else. But I identify and link and talk to black women, and you have an issue with hair that you feel you need to do more than is necessary for it to be healthy and strong. We just discussed the Rastafarians that don't cut their hair, and you see how long and healthy their hair may be.
Yeah, a lot of their hair drop off though.
Once they're how old?
Oh, no.
Look, this one's a child. My daughter's a child still. Anyways, so so she has an issue. She wants the edges trimmed, but my daughter's hair is thick, healthy, and long, and I don't see the issue. I was with one of my friends the other day, and I mentioned the situation, and again she said, "You should cut it. What's wrong with you? You should cut. Let her do the edges. Well, just the edges." I said, "Yeah, just a tiny bit." "Yeah, what's wrong with you? Let her do it." I said, "No, I don't want it done." And then she stopped while she was telling me, because I went, "You black women, you have an issue. There's nothing wrong with her hair." She stopped and she said, "Hold on, have I ever cut my daughter's hair?" And I said, "Oh, what do you mean, like cut it long?" And she's like, "No. I've never cut my daughter's hair." I said, "What? Not even the edges?" She's like, "No, her daughter's 11,
So it's the same issue.
older than mine." 2 years older than mine. Yet you have the cheek to this is my point. She just jumped to my wife's defense. "Yeah, no, I cut her hair. What's wrong with you? You need to keep it healthy." Your daughter's 11. You've never cut her hair. She didn't even remember it. But she's there fighting it. There's something in a woman's head.
Have you ever cut your daughter's hair?
No. I don't believe she has. No.
But would your missus tell you if it was gonna? Because I'm assuming if she doesn't do it herself, I know I believe she does it herself.
Yeah.
Most of the time, but
Yeah.
is it all the time she does it herself?
It's like 80-20.
So
the only other person that's done her hair has been our cousin.
So she hasn't gone to a salon.
Not that I know.
Okay, because what I find, or what I believe, maybe I'm wrong, because this is not something I'm actually watching. Now, black women will, aunt or the mum, yes, calm down. Let me finish my sentence.
I didn't say anything.
You look like you were going to say something.
The way they just came, black women.
Black women,
It's
the
all right.
big boss man's mother.
It's all right. It's a Stavros says. Go on, keep going.
If they're doing their hair themselves, they can braid it, grease it,
Yeah.
moisturize it, wash it, do all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But cutting, they'll go to a salon to do that. I don't necessarily think they do that themselves.
But if they're cutting the edges, then why not?
Trimming. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I just don't. I'm not. I could be wrong, but if I'm right, then you would have to ask them, because I guess they see it as this is a bit more of it needs to be a precise thing. I want somebody that does this for a living to do it.
I don't know the trichology of it, because there might actually be something in it.
It's meant to grow back healthier, isn't it? In the end.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Your hair's split, apparently. Yeah. So then, if you leave it for long enough, then it's now splitting your hair
all the way up.
Yeah, as opposed to just at the edges, you cut it off and then it's
exactly when you see them trim the bush.
That's what I was going to say to you. That's exactly what I was going to say. Pruning, as far as like plants are concerned, is supposed to be. I'm guessing it's the same principle.
Yeah, my daughter's hair is not a plant.
I didn't know that my mum
but it does do so photosynthesis though. But anyway, go on.
I didn't know my mum was on chemical warfare till the other day. Apparently, my mum used to help my auntie relax her hair.
Hey.
I was like, I didn't know she was doing that. I know she was relaxing her hair. I didn't know she was also relaxing other people's hair.
Yeah.
That is fully chemical warfare.
Of course it is.
What do you think about it?
Of course it is.
And they said that a lot of black women. I'm opening my mouth to say black women.
Women.
They said that a lot of black women have fibroids and stuff, and a lot of that
based on
relaxer and all that type of stuff. It's mad. Like because again, it's not promoted to other races. Really, it's mostly promoted to black women with relaxer and all this type of stuff. So, and apparently it would be messing up a load of black women's body because of it.
Yeah, and Stavros saved these black women because it was me that started the movement to have black women have their hair natural.
Okay, well, you have to go make it about yourself.
Yeah, because that's what I take pride in it. But I defend it.
I was just saying it's very interesting.
Corruption.
He said he started the movement.
It's very interesting the different ways of chemical warfare that people can do, boy.
So you were there with Fred Haddon and them lot, yeah?
I started it. was sitting on the chair with the two things beside me.
I don't want a revolution.
I was there. As far as I'm concerned, when for you people listening in these UK streets, and probably most of the Western world for that matter.
Oh, golly.
When you're walking the streets and you see black women and their hair's natural, no Stavros. That's Stavros. Yeah. You're like, wow, most of these. You know what? I'm talking about people that are 40 and older that you can remember when you would walk streets, and most black women would have some sort of texturized or relaxer. The reason that's changed is because of Stavros Plus. I'll tell you that. I can't be bothered to get into the ins and outs of it, but I started a movement, and now I think we're at the moment now where young girls are happy with their hair natural. They're trying to figure out how to do natural hair.
What would you do if your daughter came back with a weave?
Oh, there are stairs in my house. There are 2 flights of stairs in my house.
This man's moving like our dad, boy. When we got a trib.
I can't see my daughter doing something like that, but who knows, man?
You know what? They all want to do what everyone else is doing at some point.
Everybody else is doing. That's what they want to do.
So at some point she's gonna want a weave.
Well, it's not weave anymore. It's wigs now, isn't it?
Yeah, wigs, weave. All the same thing, isn't it?
No, weave actually involves them tying something to your hair and strangling the shit out of it.
I'm never gonna forget the first time I saw a weave being done. I was in my auntie shop, and I was looking across the road when it was strangely enough, she actually owned the hair shop, and across the road it was a hair salon, and I just saw somebody just going up and down. What's going on here? Like, what's this? The hair is weave. I said, that's not right. That's not right, bruv. That's not right. They're just putting needle in somebody's head or whatever they were doing.
Horror movie settings.
I'd be disappointed if my daughter wanted to do that, but the closest women in her life don't have that,
which is the reason why.
Well, they all had it at some point.
Which is the reason why it's likely to happen.
Or some form of straightened hair.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think my wife has had a...
I've definitely seen her with straightened hair though.
Yeah, when she was young, before she met me.
Oh, so you know that also?
No. It was before she met me. I wouldn't be with her if she had straight hair in the first place.
Okay, all right. Well, that was what Stavros says.
I have a Stavros says that can be Stavros.
But I'm saying public service announcement.
And you're welcome, ladies, for saving your hair and for relinquishing you from fibroids and other medical issues that come from conking your hair.
Yeah, they still.
Shout out, Red.
Black women still have a lot of fibroids, man. Unfortunately,
right.
very, 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 very prevalent in the black community.
Yes. Do you want to bring anything more morbid?
No, sorry. I've gone through all the morbid stuff.
Speaking of black women, Diane Abbott.
Oh, with her crud.
Oh, my days! I have enjoyed.
Well, she's just saying the truth, to be honest.
I know, but that's what makes it.
She's not the only one though. Like sometimes she might be the only one that says something negative. Now this week it was like loads of people. But
listen, the way that all the Labour Party is thanking Jim Ratcliffe this week, because it was all about Keir Starmer going until this man went to go and call the immigrants colonisation.
It's true, and then the news changed.
That's all I saw for the news for the past couple of days.
Yeah, it stopped before that though.
But they were still on the news, bro.
Okay.
I watch the news every day.
The reason why the Diane Abbott thing was so impactful for me, it was because I was up watching the news night after they had the little conversation in the room. So,
well, you need to explain what she said, by the way.
Yeah, I'll get to that if I can remember. Find the video. But what was interesting was that all of the other MPs that came out of the room were saying, "Oh yeah, there was unity. There was unity. There was unity." And even the interviewer was like, "Are you sure?" And they were all like, "Yeah, I got a real sense that he had a new lease of life in his presentation and all the rest of it."
Well, a lot of them are backing him publicly as well.
Yeah. But then what was interesting is, obviously, Stav was saying before that the guy who has just been removed was the one that runs stuff. What's his name?
Mick
Sweeney was the one that runs stuff. And then they were also saying, it seems like since Mick Sweeney's gone, all of a sudden Starmer's got this new lease of life. And he's talking differently and boom, boom, boom. That's what they were saying as they were coming out the room. So when I then heard Diana Abbott come and drop her bars, as they were, that's why I felt the way I felt.
Anti-Abbott, I respect her.
Yes.
I respect her in this.
She's really Mama Abbott.
Yeah, it's true. She's the house of the. Was it mother of the house? Yeah.
How old is she? You might be older than Mummy, man.
Yeah, she's old, man. She's like her 70s.
All right,
or 80s maybe.
Let's hear what she has to say though.
Diane Abbott, of course, veteran Labour MP, the mother of the House, but is no longer a Labour MP because she's been suspended by the party. What do you think's really going on?
I think that the round of applause in the committee room just now was staged. Just as all those endorsements of the Prime Minister, which appeared within 5 minutes of each other, were staged. And I can't see him lasting beyond May's elections.
So why are they waiting until May?
Because they're going to be catastrophic elections. And I think the idea is let him stay in there and take responsibility. Right. But I mean, if you're staring at a disaster, why do you wait for it to happen rather than try and stop it happening? Well, it's not down to me. You need to speak. No, I mean, but if that's the dominant mood, I'm just trying to understand it. I mean, you know these people. Why do you think they're thinking that way? Is it that the losses can't be stopped no matter who the leader is? Exactly. We're going to have catastrophic results anyway. That's why Anna Sauer stepped up, because he doesn't want to see the Scottish Labour Party go down. So, I think he may be moved before then, but I think he'll last until May. Doesn't
Anna Sauer is the head of
Labour in Scotland.
One Asian
and
boy.
he told him to go.
Tell him,
You go?
That's a whole another saga. But yeah, sorry.
And what's his name? The one that you said was what's his name? And is it Andy?
Andy Burnham.
Andy Burnham backed him as well.
She is right. It was definitely the cheering thing. I don't necessarily think it was. So all right. Let me do the breakdown. So Keir Starmer had issues last week, as we mentioned last week, and then this week he went and spoke to the Labour women, and so he had a meeting with them to discuss whatever. I think anyways, he went and spoke to them, and basically he got a round of applause. In fact, first he spoke to everybody, then he spoke to the women separately as a separate meeting, maybe the day after, whatever it is. But in both cases, it seemed that he was people backed him, basically, the short version. What? So there was a round of applause. He spoke for a long time. People blah 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 blah. None of you watch West Wing, innit?
No.
So there's this thing called Let Bartlett Be Bartlett. There's an episode that's called that. And now they're saying let Keir be Keir and let Bartlett be Bartlett. So in West Wing,
let's speak about the normal thing.
I want to talk about West Wing because West Wing is fantastic. Yeah, but it's not like a spoiler or anything.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about it. But basically, the president is kind of like changing to appease stuff. He wants things to move. And he's changing how you might normally. Maybe he's a bulldog, and he's being a bit of a puppy now because he's like, oh, this is what's best for whatever. And then his aide just says, just be yourself, basically. Let Bartlett be Bartlett. So now they're doing this Keir, that basically Keir all this time he's been kind of like moving to the centre, i.e. to the right, because of McSweeney. But now McSweeney's gone. Let Keir be Keir. Keir's really gonna. He's thrown off his shackles of moving to the centre, and he's gonna be a bit more of he's gonna be the real leftist and have a voice and have an opinion. And so in like you said with this Manchester United manager, what my brother mentioned earlier on was a Manchester United not manager, owner. Sorry, one of or part owner went and said that Britain is being colonised by immigrants, and so that caused a bit of hoo-ha. Usually. I don't think he would say anything necessarily. He'd be like, whereas this time, bang, come out straight out of the blocks. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. You should apologise. So it's like, that's let Keir be Keir. That's his left wing coming out. Don't mind that he said, a year ago they were saying that, not even a year ago, about 6 months ago, they were saying that speech that you talked about immigration was the closest thing that we've got to the rivers of blood speech ever. And you're a Labour politician.
Yeah, I'll tell you who came out straight away.
He had to apologise for as well.
What's my man that's talked about I am the cat? What's his name?
Galloway.
Galloway came out straight away and said, I said something about this thing straight, bruv.
Okay, everyone's spoken.
Galloway was not having it. Galloway's the king of the immigrants, don't he? He loves the immigrants.
He used the wrong word because when you are colonised, then you're taken over, innit? In terms of as a power structure. And
it's the wrong people.
And obviously that's ridiculous.
And anyone that's talking about colonisation should not be British because obviously you are the kings of colonisation. Yeah. And the fact that the man don't even live in the country, he lives in Monaco and has now taken away £4 billion worth of tax that he has not paid by moving to Monaco. And you want to be then talking about next man is
the way Jacob Rees-Mogg put it, because a lot of people like they use it as an attack line. How can you talk about immigration when you yourself are an immigrant for one, you know, or an expat, but you've moved to the next country and you don't even pay tax into this country to be talking about this country anymore. Shut up. But then the way the Tories put it is that, well, the Labour people have raised taxes for the rich so much that they've left, so that's why. So yes, they can talk because they would love to come back. And if we as a Tory party come into power, we will drop the taxes for the rich.
But they raise it as well. So what are you talking about?
They might. Yeah, they did actually. They did. Yeah.
So,
but they said. But what do you think about taxes? Like in that way, because there is a perverse thing of where if you raise taxes for the top percentage, then those are the people where it's the easiest for them to just pack their bags and say, "Fine, I'm going. I'm gonna like Lewis Hamilton." Where it's like I'm going to live 6 months and a day outside the country, or whatever it is you have to live outside of the country before you can claim to live outside the country and not pay UK tax.
The issue that I have with the tax that's going on in the UK, and maybe this is more selfish than anything else, is that for me it hits the people that are the lowest of the high earners the most.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So these high earners, as you say, that make billions or millions of pounds or whatever, can afford and find ways to do loopholes. The ones that are thousandaires, not billionaires or whatever. Shout out to Pusha T because he's or Malice, whichever one used it as a diss. Yeah, you're problematic because you're just
shafted.
Yeah, because the cut that they take from you is dramatic. Like that from 100 to 125,000 or whatever, where they say they tax you 60% is a madness. That's what I'm saying. And then after that, suddenly it goes down or whatever. But that's a madness.
There's not 60%, is there?
It is. From 100 to 125,000 pounds a year, that 25,000 pounds above the 100,000 pounds is taxed at 60%.
It's 50.
60, if I remember rightly.
Okay, let me check. You carry on talking.
But yeah, so all that type of stuff for somebody that's obviously of that money, that's a lot of money from them. So again, yes, I'm not gonna. I did just say the man would have been taxed 4 billion. I'm not gonna pretend like 4 billion is like a small change. But that 4 billion coming off of his whatever 80 billion or whatever 90 billion he's already got is much different from somebody that's earning 100,000 or 100 and whatever thousand, and they're taking the 60% off that little bit that you're getting on top, or whatever bonus or whatever this that the other that you're getting is just taxed at 60% rate. It's a bit of a magazine. So I agree that the highest earners should pay more tax maybe than the lower earners, but I don't think they should only be the ones that's running the country or paying for the country though. That's one thing I also don't agree with though.
It's even 45%, apparently.
No.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's 60% between 100 and 100.
It's not 60 anyways.
That's in America.
No, the UK, man.
All right. Anyway, you can check your thing, but no, everywhere I'm checking is telling me 45%. I thought it was 50, but I think they might have changed the. So you're talking about, and it's not between the additional threshold. So all right, for those of you who don't live in this country or don't know anything about tax, up until 12,500 ish, you don't get taxed. Anything between 12,500 and 50 odd thousand, you get a normal tax rate, which is 20%, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
I am looking at the thing in front of me, so I could just look. Yeah, it's 20%. Then between 50k and 125k. Which I thought it was 100, but it's
they extended it.
Okay, is the 40%?
Yeah,
and then anything over 125k is 50. I thought it was 50, but it's saying 45.
In the UK, earning between 100 and 120,000 triggers what is often called a 60% tax trap.
Yes, but it's not 60%.
While the official rate of high tax is 40%, your effective tax rate jumps significantly in this bracket because of the personal allowance is withdrawn. The 60% effective tax rate explained. For every £2 you earn above 100,000, you lose £1 of your tax-free personal allowance of 12,750. This means that for every 100 of your income in this range, you pay 40% tax on the higher rate. Then you lose your 50% tax on your allowance, costing you another £20, which basically means that you're paying 60%.
But it's not 60%. So yeah, I hear what you're saying. I understand it. But the tax rate is not 60%. So you can say we're both right.
So the tax rate is 45%, but the loss is 60%.
40%.
Or 40%, but the loss is 60%.
60%.
In that
get
range.
Another 20% on top.
Yeah, in that range.
Only in that range. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's the same. If you're getting 99,000, you're in the same tax bracket as 100,000. It's not all of a sudden I'm getting taxed 60%.
But you don't get an extra 20%.
But the point is, but the tax rate is the same.
No, when you see it on your whatever, it's gonna come out like a 60%.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm talking about.
I know because the people I work with that earn there, they just they dump it all in
their pension.
Pensions, yeah,
that's what they say today.
Yeah,
but then your pension, you can't spend that money right now.
If you can do overtime and they just block it up till they work it out, so they get 99,000 a year.
But all those,
can you imagine the madness?
Yeah. I mean, you had to do those things, but all those things they're all funny. Like even that. Was it called relative and comparative situation, isn't it?
You're gonna have to what he just explained.
Yeah, it's relative and
I don't know the terms they use, but okay.
Because they do it with temperature as well. Have you seen this thing where it's like the temperature is 4 degrees, and then on the bottom they will say it feels like -1.
Yeah.
So is it -1 or is it 4 degrees?
No, it's 4 degrees. But if the wind is chapping, then it feels
like -1.
So then my question,
talk about wind chill and all that stuff.
But my question then is
humidity.
My question then is, if you've got a thermometer there, what would the thermometer say? Would it say -1 or would it say 4?
4%. 4%. 4 degrees, sorry.
It would say 4 degrees?
Yes, because it's 4 degrees. But it feels colder than it is.
So how can it feel colder than it is if that's a sensor? So the sensor's supposed to register what?
I don't know, actually. I'm not going to go with what Wahala said. I don't know. It might say the 1 degree.
That one's always confused me.
I don't know.
He won't say the 1 degree. He'll say the 4 degrees because it's 4 degrees of separation.
I don't know.
Anyway, so what are you saying about this tax thing?
I forgot the point I was trying to make.
You was asking whether or not do you think that higher end people should pay or not?
No. That's not what I was asking. I was saying, like, if you were in control, would you hike up the tax for the rich, risking them leaving the country, or leaving it a bit lower, and then reaping the rewards of the billions that they might?
I would make people pay tax fairly.
I've heard this tax, because they say that the tax system as it is a regressive tax. It's not there's a much better system of doing it, and I've heard them say multiple times the actual system that they think is better, but I've always forgotten it. What do you think is this fair tax?
I just think that I would look at how much it actually costs to run the country efficiently, not just with your extra scam that you're doing on top. And then I'll try and see what's the best way of taxing the general public in that way. And
then you'll get shafted by your own people then.
What do you mean?
You can't do things fairly in government.
I'm talking about, you're asking me how I would do it, and that's what I would try to do. I'll try to do it fairly. So maybe if I say, if these people are paying 40% tax now on their earnings, I might say, well, maybe we'll put you down to 30%. And so on and so on. I feel like it's acceptable. So somebody earning, I don't know, £20,000 a year, I might say to them, well, I'm not going to really tax you more than 5%.
I just think you'll just lose so much money.
Yeah, but we don't need this much money
in the government.
The government's got money they don't use.
You know, they're living in debt. They're like 90 something.
Why?
90 something.
Where's the corruption thing? Corruption.
Fair enough, but you're not going to stop corruption.
Well, this is where sometimes you need to
defend it.
This is why sometimes in a country you need to find ways to make money.
Well, that's what Tories
and that's the problem with the UK. The UK have nothing to sell anymore, nothing to make money from apart from weapons.
They sell services.
And services. What services again?
I don't know. We're an exporting society.
Not as much as anyone else.
Internationally, who's got the best hosts? You said services, so I'm just thinking, who's?
I would have no idea. But shout out South America. And the Caribbean islands. I don't know.
I don't know if the Caribbean islands are known for their
I'm talking about because there's different type of Caribbean islands, but they all count as Caribbean islands.
Okay.
I haven't been to any of them, but I know certain people have, and they've been offered money, drink. Yes.
Are you talking about the Spanish speaking Caribbean islands?
Those are also Caribbean islands.
I never go back to Georgia.
Yeah, so I was just asking. Yeah, so you're saying services? What?
Shout out by Bunny, by the way.
When they say services, what services are they saying?
Banking services,
financial services. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if it's just that,
Hey.
but that would be a part of it.
That's the one that they majorly talk about now. That Britain is like thinking of financial services.
Yeah, because if it's tech, we've lost that battle.
Do we do more financial services than Switzerland?
Don't ask me.
Oh.
Probably Switzerland only got a certain amount of banks in it. I don't know. It's I don't know what they decide to do it as that, but America, Switzerland, UK, biggest banking things.
Okay.
But the UK used to have more stuff now. So where you have people saying we used to.
Yeah.
It is getting that. So
it used to be great.
The problems that people have with this country, there's a kernel of truth in a lot of the complaints. Whether it's about immigration, whether it's about we used to be great, whether it's about we used to be respected. Look, Britain is not respected anymore at all. It's like you people are little boys.
Actually remind me of when Nigerians used to say it used to be 1 for 1. That's how the Britons are now.
Yeah.
That's they're like that now. We used to have this, we used to have that.
But was it £1 for £1?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
That is the biggest saying that Nigerians. We used to be 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Goddamn 47.
And now look at it now.
I was going to say to you, back to the Jim Ratcliffe thing.
Okay, yeah.
His comment about colonizing or whatever.
Yes.
It's interesting because obviously he owns a football club, and anybody who knows anything about the English Premier League, if you made that comment, from the outside in, you could say yes, because there are more foreign players in this league than there are English
in his field. Yes,
and there was a complaint about that as well, because they were saying that that was a reason why the England football team wasn't doing so great, because there wasn't enough grassroots football and there wasn't enough English players playing in the Premiership. But if you say that, but look at the way that it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's almost worked in the opposite of what they're discussing, because there's been so much foreign import into the Premiership. The British players have got better to be able to get in the team, and now look at England. Look at one of the favourites to win the World Cup, and they've been in the semi-finals, finals, or whatever of all the competitions they've been in the past. I don't know how many years. They've got the best English football team they've had for I don't know how long.
That's an argument for integration, whether it's race or gender. They always say the statistics say that the more diverse the company is, the better it runs. I don't know if those homogenous companies are not as well run or as popular or as make as much money as ones that have a variety of different things. I don't know about that.
You don't know?
Because China's doing very well and they're quite homogenous.
Dictatorship. You do this now.
Yeah, but I think there has to be intersectionality in that analysis. So, yes, they are homogenous, but they also have more people than the average country.
Yeah.
So,
nearly
that sometimes that homogeny erases itself with the numbers.
I think I hear what you're saying.
Because America is as successful as it is because it has 300 million people in it. And those people are not homogenous. Maybe they are because we're American. But the point is, I think there's a point where the numbers can outsway the homogeny, if that makes sense.
I hear you. You have enough to choose from.
You have enough to choose. Like I always say, as far as with China is concerned, one of the beautiful things about China is you can statistically fail in business and still be a millionaire. You know? Like if they say to you, you put out a product and you need to have a certain number of people buy that product, even just once, in order for you to be able to make $1 million. If only 5% of the population was to buy something in China, that person's a millionaire. Even if their business is a failure, they're a millionaire straight away. You get what I mean? So that economy of scale helps so much that it's almost weird.
Yeah, I hear.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's almost weird. It's like it's harder. Like your standards have to be different for you to fail, if that makes sense.
In one regard, but then in another regard, the competition is so fierce because you have so many people that might counter what you're saying as well.
Yes, the competition might be so fierce, but again, the thing that we know even over here, like when you've got loads of people that are available to do something, the price gets driven down potentially. But even at the driven down price, if you've got enough people buying it, do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, so for me, the numbers just outsway it, and it's not just the numbers of the whole population. I'm talking about provinces and cities. There are provinces and cities. A small province in China has 100 million people in it. That's a small province. 100 million. This whole country hasn't got 100 million people in it. We're 30 million off of that. Do you get what I mean?
It can't be a small province.
A small province has 100 million people in it.
Yeah, but that's like 1% of the country.
A small province has 100 million people in it.
Okay. A billion is 1,000 million. Yeah?
It's a million, isn't it?
No. It's not a billion. It's 1,000 million.
Okay.
So then it's 10% even. I'm arguing your point anyways. Right. You can't have 10% of the country and call that a small province. It's not small anymore.
By our standards.
No, just by math. 10% of a country can't be small. It's 10%.
It's a minority.
It's not small though.
It's a small minority.
No. I was going to use your real name for a second. No. I was talking to I met a Chinese person at work recently, last week, and I always ask Mandarin or Cantonese. Man got upset with me, boy.
Cantonese is Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Mandarin is China.
He's like, I don't like them Hong Kongese. I said, you got beef with it? He said, yeah, they used to bully me when I was in school. I said, so what? Now you're adult, and you're still holding that in. He's like, maybe I shouldn't, but I don't like them. I don't like them islanders. That's what I don't like the islanders. They're different than us. I was like,
differences always cause division, man.
It's interesting when you have these conversations. They bullied me, you know. Am I right? A billion is 1,000 million.
Oh no, I wasn't checking that. Sorry.
Oh, well, goddamn. All right. Is there anything that you wanted to discuss, Simple Simon?
No, I brought up the Diane Abbott thing.
Diane Abbott. Did you guys watch the Super Bowl or hear about the Super Bowl performance?
That's Bad Bunny.
I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy any of the songs.
You didn't enjoy Bad Bunny?
No, the stage setting was wonderful, and so the performance was alright. He himself, I don't think he can dance. Apparently, even the practice to do the salsa and all that stuff. I'm hearing all these think pieces where people say they were crying and because they identify with this. Everybody's talking about the marriage and waking up the boy.
Waking up the boy is the one, bro.
But
waking up the boy is the one.
I've heard multiple people say, "Oh yeah, that's Spanish culture," but whoever's saying it is not Spanish, and they're like, "No. I can relate to that as well."
Yeah,
like that's
ethnic culture.
That's a bit of us as well.
That's ethnic culture, bro.
So in terms of the stage stuff, yes,
there's so much things that they put in there. Like the businesses are real businesses as well that they put in there. Yeah. It shows you what he's about. This is my Puerto Rico, even from the sugar canes thing.
Yep. And they're losing the light, the electricity to have.
Listen, bro, that is for me. Bad Bunny did a thing, man.
And I'm very because they said at the Grammys that he won the best album just a week before, and he made a political statement with the get rid of ICE kind of thing, and people were worried, is he going to say something? Or they were wondering, is he going to say something? And he didn't. His thing was pure positivity, pure talking about this is my culture. I'm not speaking in English. The only English he spoke is when he said God bless America, and then he gave the
Americas.
But is he saying Americas or America?
I think he said Americas.
Okay.
And then did all of Latin America, every single country in Latin America and whatever, North America. He did all of them,
even Canada. So so it was a kill hate with love kind of thing.
I think it was a good performance. I really enjoyed, as I said, the little nuances in the performance that I think. I don't listen to Bad Bunny that much though, so some of the songs I know, but not many.
I've never heard any of his music.
Not many
that I know of,
and I quite liked it. I thought it was good, man. I thought it was a good performance. Ricky Martin just came out one time and just started singing this thing. Obviously, you got.
Did you live in La Vida Loca?
No.
Oh, good.
He did one Spanish song. Then you had what's her name as well? What's her name?
Cardi B?
No. Gaga did it.
Lady Gaga.
Gaga
Is
did it.
she
No.
Oh.
That was just to probably please the people that needed to hear a little bit of English at least.
Oh, okay.
But she did like a Spanish song anyway, still Spanish-ish type song.
But she's
like a salsa type song.
But in English,
it's her song, yeah. But I think they put like a salsa beat underneath it. So that was alright. Yeah, I thought it was a good performance, man. I really thought it was a good performance.
Is the performance? Sorry, the performance was good. I don't like the songs because I and it's not even that I have to understand the lyrics for songs because
you just don't know the songs though. So maybe if you listen to them before,
yes. And I'm not even a big fan of live performances in general. In terms of like, even if I like the artist and I like the music, when it's live, I'm always like, I actually prefer the CD version.
Yeah.
But like when I'm listening to like, I'm saying CD, you're old school.
No, it's just the fact that you prefer the recorded version than the live thing.
Why is that
I would also prefer the recorded version than the live one.
I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes in live performances, you get something different.
Yeah, you will.
And
but I like the original.
And you get something current, if that makes sense.
So be it.
Sometimes. But
I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand why. I understand the power of a recording, because if they got it right in that recording, then it's always right whenever you hear the song again. And sometimes in a live performance, it might not be right. But I always, if you got the opportunity to, I want to hear it.
I just think it takes a certain type of performer to give me your voice has to be exactly the same as. So what's it? Laura Mvula. Her voice is so good. It's like if you're singing live, it's just Jill Scott. It is good because and Jill Scott has even got her own separate thing because she'll actually perform as well. But then you have someone like a James Brown or Janelle Monáe. Your performance on top of the singing, the singing might not even be as good. Janelle Monáe as a live performer is good, but her voice will do something because she's dancing around the stage, so it's not perfect. But because that dancing around the stage actually makes up for it. So there are those people. But then if you're like a John B or which I saw recently or whatever, your voice is not as good live. You're not doing anything. You're just standing there. No, I don't need it. I
prefer the CD version. But yeah, shout out Bad Bunny anyway. I thought his performance was good. Did you see it? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it. I haven't really.
A celebration of Caribbean culture.
Yeah. So I mean, I've heard one or two things about it, but I haven't seen it. It was
shout out Bad Bunny.
You know that because he's from Puerto Rico and they say, oh, you know what? Because you're not American, because they were upset that Bad Bunny was going to perform in the halftime show in America. But Puerto Rican is an American
colony.
Colony is not the word they would use now.
Satellite. It's like Hawaii.
Okay, but you can't vote in the American elections.
Yeah.
So.
You know they had like a separate American Super Bowl halftime thing with Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Nonsense, man. What you mean in the same Super Bowl?
No, they did. Somebody did an alternative one.
What's the one that got assassinated?
Kirk.
His company. They did an alternative halftime show.
How many views did they get?
Decent amount actually. For
4 million I heard or something.
Yeah, for it to be an independent thing. I know the Super Bowl they're into the hundreds of millions.
This is the most watched halftime show of all time.
Is it? Yeah. That's what I wanted to find. That was the next thing I wanted to find.
They beat Kendrick. Kendrick lost his title immediately.
Yeah, but I feel like Bad Bunny is the person that would be able to do that.
Yes, him and
Taylor Swift.
I'm not even surprised. Yeah,
that Drake line where he says Taylor Swift's the only N-word I respect it. Or that would make me change my date basically. But he called it the N-word. And yes, but that was before it wasn't before Bad Bunny was killing things actually.
Yeah, so, Bad Bunny's been killing things a long time, and I feel like just because we're not necessarily part of that audience, we didn't know about it. To me, Bad Bunny, the way, because I didn't know anything about him, and the way I found out about him was the same way Gangnam Style happened for me. I didn't know anything about Gangnam Style, and by the time I got to the YouTube video, it already had like 1 billion views, and I was like,
Yeah, he's the most streamed artist in the world. Well, I don't know about now, but he was at one point the most streamed artist in the world.
Gangnam Style guy, yeah.
No.
Oh, Bad Bunny, yeah. So that's what I got to. So when I heard about Bad Bunny, I realized, okay, it's another one of those situations where he is in a completely different market, and not only is he in that market, he's dominating that market.
Yeah, he started off with Latin drill, you know that?
Yeah. He's dominating that market in such a way where it's like he has transcended a singular genre, and that whole market is just
If you are popping in Latin America, you are making big
money.
Buku cash. So we're talking about football.
No.
So we're talking about football. We're talking about practice. Are we gonna go there?
Which one?
After Stav's already been slandering black women, are we gonna talk about Eni Aluko?
Oh my days! Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
Go on then, set the scene.
All right. So Eni Aluko, a few months ago, said that she feels like the women's football. She's a women's football English football player who's now become a pundit, and she was on a radio show, if I remember correctly. She had a discussion about women's football and the state of women's football, and with regards to the media, and she said that she would hope that there will be more women doing more punditry, and some of the men should step aside. And she mentioned Ian Wright specifically, who is a very big advocate of women's football, and said that maybe he should step aside and allow some more women to take, the mantle over. If that, am I not mistaken? Is that kind of like a roundabout?
That's the skeleton of it. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, after that, she got cussed off by most people, if not everyone. And then Ian Wright himself came and said, well, she apologized for it, because I don't think she came across as what she was saying is not what I think she was trying to. But I don't think she was trying to dash him under the bus. She just used him as an example because he was the biggest example. And anyway, unfortunately, it caused offence. She said she apologised to him privately and in public, and Ian Wright then went on his platform, or one of his platforms, and said he does not accept the apology. This was about 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, I think we all disagreed with that part of it.
I believe so.
Yeah, you should have accepted the apology, man. You made a mistake.
She made a mistake. But anyway, so then now she's basically popped back up again. Shout out the 90s Babies podcast. Yeah. She was on the 90s Babies podcast, and they were having this discussion again, and she kind of said the same thing again, basically. Double down, saying, I think that women's football should be more for women, and the men should take a side step and let the women control it. I think she might have mentioned him again. I'm not too sure. There's a lot of sensationalist things going on. I've seen people saying that she said that Ian Wright should step aside for her, and I've never heard her say that. She did not say that. But anyway, but yeah, so she mentioned it again.
But what she did say is that her and another ex-football player that had nearly 200 caps between, or over 200 caps between them, were at a game sitting on the sidelines while Ian Wright, you mentioned his name,
and another,
the dude that I said is the best football, I can't remember his name,
but another,
and a one woman were there. So
separate TV shows. She said the ITV had Ian Wright and a woman or two women, and the other one had BBC had the other guy and 2 other women.
Okay,
but she's saying that they should have.
There were 6 spots.
Yeah, there should have been 3 women basically.
Yeah, there were 6 spots, and there were 2 men, and she took offence to the fact that there were 2 men in 6 spots.
I don't know if she said she took offence to it, but she was just saying that she would have preferred it if it was women in all spots.
In vernacular, you can say what you're saying.
I just think when you say somebody taking offence to it, it sounds more violent.
It does.
So that's why I don't say it.
It's the correct.
Because she did say I was offended.
Okay, but either way, she said it could, in essence, if you're saying I'm here and my co-football player is there, between us we've played X amount of games, which for me means nothing. Because,
absolutely nothing.
Laura Woods and many other people come out and be like, how many games you played doesn't mean anything, because it doesn't make you a good pundit because you played the game. It might even make you a good reader of the game. It still doesn't make you a good pundit.
As much as we say that, when they do talk about punditry, they do mention how many caps these people have had.
Yeah, how many? What you won, and the caps is always there, and then
they mention it, so it must mean something. That's right. We're all saying it doesn't. It must mean something.
I mean, no. I mean, to you, no. But I mean, from the point of view of, because I had to go and look up the word pundit to actually make sure I fully understood what the remit of it was, and part of it is about experience and profession. Was it experience and what's the thing called? My brain is not working. Let's just go with experience. So the number of caps you have is expertise. Is going to give an idea of potentially. Do you know what I mean?
Like potential energy.
You've done 10,000 hours or whatever.
It's not kinetic energy.
You're right, but it's like that's
because she's not a good pundit.
That's she might not be, but the point that she keeps bringing that up is because that's her talking about her experience. If that makes sense.
I don't know about keep. She said it was.
No, she said it.
No, she did the media round. But
Yeah, she did it more. She said it more than once.
Okay. Well, I'll take it back then. But one of the things that she did say, and that's what I focused on. I know a lot of the stuff that people are cussing her for, and fair enough, whatever. But the reason why she's getting cussed, and I agree with it, is because Ian Wright did not accept that apology. Okay. And he almost like he put a target on her back to allow other people, not to say that he did it on purpose, but it's like, well, if he's not even accepting an apology, then bang, floodgates open. We can say what we want now because he didn't accept her apology.
She put target on her own back.
Yes, but I think that he also then went to go and
he didn't help.
He didn't help the situation.
He erased the target.
Yeah,
but she put the target on her own back.
But I think he insinuated, it made it worse.
Okay, all right, yeah.
He made it worse.
Yeah, okay.
By not accepting that apology,
like we said,
publicly as well.
We accepted that at the time.
He made it worse, and she said that that's the case, and I believe her.
All right.
And I think that what's been happening in the media with her at the moment is showing that they have been people have been just downright disrespectful to her, regardless of whether or not you like her or not. They are being absolutely, and everyone just feel like they can do it. Anyone.
All right. So I was in and around this, paying attention to it at this time around, and once the comment went viral from the 90s Baby podcast, once again shout them out, she was calling up people that she knows in the media. I'm like, yeah, I'll come on your platform and I'll discuss it if you're up for it. So she was going around. I saw her do the hour interview. I watched the whole thing on TalkSport where she met up with Simon Jordan. Was
He's a
there,
prick as well.
Who attacked her in her face, which I respect. Unlike a lot of people, I like people telling me the good or the bad in my face.
Yeah, when they went to also join Jim Ratcliffe and say, yeah, it's colonization, Sharia law in this country.
Okay, but anyways, Stavros here talking about another black woman. Yeah, I don't think she's a good pundit, and very often she's not good. Very often she's not good at putting her message across, which is what got her in trouble in the first place. Because like Wahala said, when she apologizes, because maybe she had a point, and she could have even had a point that was valid, but she didn't put it across well, and she dashed somebody, the worst person in the world that she could have dashed in terms of women's football, under the bus, and that's why the hoo-ha started. Yes, I believe Ian Wright should have accepted the apology publicly and be like, let's put a line underneath it and like done the thing. You should have done that. Not only because I just think it's the right thing to do, because at the end of the day, you just man up and just deal with it. She opened her mouth. But on top of that, this is a woman, and a black woman at that, and you know what's going to happen in the media. You, Ian Wright, should know more than most.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have done it. Like even if you didn't want to accept,
you don't
the
have
apology,
you don't have to come up publicly and say I don't accept that apology.
You didn't even have to say anything. That is one time where you could have just not said anything, and people were like, oh, Eni apologized to you on a podcast or on a whatever, on an interview. You know what happened? That's between me and her, and I just want to keep it moving. Hopefully, I'll continue supporting the women's game. Blah blah, and just leave it. You don't even have to say you accepted the apology or you didn't accept the apology. Your media trained enough to know you can actually swerve that. So what you did, I fully disagree with. But my point is, when I saw her interview on TalkSport, she was there for an hour, getting grilled by somebody who is actually a good speaker and is good at grilling people. She held her own very well. When I left that, I was like, I said, well done, Eni.
You called her DEI, innit?
A what? A DEI hire.
Yeah.
Who Jordan Peterson called her that? Disrespect. Simon Jordan. Disrespect.
Yeah.
And that's the racial undertones this is what I'm saying. For me, Uncle Ian, and we call him Uncle Ian because he's the older statesman, he should have known better than to do this, man. And you know what?
Even she called him uncle. She called him uncle on
both of them. The problem I have with both of them, is that she picked a black man to come and dash under the bus, and then he also went to go and did it to a black woman. Both of you know that as a minority already, you're both in the limelight for just being that. Now they're both doing this against each other.
It was taunting, man.
Should have said something about one of the others. Laura Woods as well. The way she came with a little jab there at the side.
I'm surprised she jumped on it, but maybe I think she's close with Ian. She's an Arsenal supporter.
Yeah, she's of course with Ian Wright, man.
And what she said was absolutely right.
Yeah, and also stop the man that is supporting this thing. Basically, she was saying you about the caps thing, and she also said you can't just if you want the game to grow, you can't gatekeep it. Basically, you can't just say that no man should be involved in it if you want it to grow.
She didn't, but again, She said, you know, like on the nowadays you have people stand on the pitch talking. She like, let them be the man, and let the women be the ones that are sitting on the panel.
Who's that? Eddie. I mean,
Eni said that. Basically.
Yeah, because that's what it usually is. It's the other way around.
Let them have their small part and let us have the major part, kind of thing.
But I just think. Sorry, go on.
No, go.
My only concern with this is that her targeting is off. It's like she has a point, and I even agreed with her point to some degree. But if you look at the broader and the larger picture, women's football is growing, and part of the reason why women's football is growing, I would say, is probably two-pronged. One, because the national team has actually brought a trophy back.
They're successful.
They're successful. They've actually brought an international trophy back, which is something that the men's team hasn't been able to do. So there's been an undercurrent in this country of people who are football supporters who are in their mind, England. They haven't had the opportunity to celebrate that trophy coming home. And then the women have given them that. So that has, I would say, in a very big way, pushed the female game. And then the other part of it is...
And they played it in England as well.
Yeah, and the other part of it is the promotional side of it that's happening. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it, Ian Wright is a large part of that promotional part of it, in the sense of he is championing the game. And then obviously, just based on the back of his own fame, that has kind of like a gravity and a draw. So you're having a problem with somebody who is actually helping you, or helping the industry, and you're saying that you're for the industry. They're actually helping the industry with their presence. Now, I'm not saying that people watch women's football to watch Ian Wright. I don't think that happens necessarily. There might be a small percentage of people, but I wouldn't say it's significant enough to say that, you know, the numbers for this show is up because Ian Wright's on there.
Yeah, not 10%. Yeah,
the numbers are not up for that reason. But he is again drawing attention to the sport, to the area.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like I said, her targeting is off. Like, that's the wrong person to do it with.
That's the wrong one. But
you should know better.
The way somebody put it the other day, I mean, there are various things. She said, I've benefited from talking in the men's game. Then people are like, you should shut your mouth then, because you're absolutely right. There are women pundits on men's games. So what are you talking about, for one? And then two, another person put it this way. Most people that watch women's football is men. Still,
yeah, this goes back to that Bill Burr, this comedy thing where he talks about women's basketball.
Yeah,
but keep going.
Women don't support their own basketball, and you're complaining and shouting. Like, they support. If women went and watched the games, they would
put money behind it,
because they were talking about not getting paid as much as the men, and they're like, because there's no money in the women's game because women don't watch the game. You just complain that we want to get paid equal money and don't go watch the games.
I mean, I don't know what the numbers are, but I do see a lot of women in the stands or what have you. I think
I'm going by what I was told. I don't know.
So my biggest problem.
I've been to women's games personally.
Is it?
Yeah. Because it's cheaper, and you can take, and it's much more. You go there,
more family friendly,
pure families. Yeah. So I've taken my kids to a couple of games. Yeah. And I'm happy to do that.
My thing. So when I say that, I agree with the point that she's actually got a point. My thing was, I had this previously. When they started saying that the women should be paid the same or what have you, or they were complaining about the pay, I was like, okay, well, let me actually look at the infrastructure of the game. And one of my concerns was there were, as far as I was concerned, too many male managers in the female game. I was like, why is there so many male managers? Like in the league? In the leagues. So I was like, yeah, that is like a lot of male presence. Why can't there be women managers? Why aren't there more women managers?
Maybe they don't get their badges.
So I wasn't even thinking about the punditry and the commentary side. I was like, actually in the grassroots of the game, why aren't they more?
But there's enough though.
There were a lot, but there's still, when I looked, I don't know about now, but when I looked, there were more men managers than there were women managers
in the Women's Premier League. The women are more successful than the men.
Yes, but I'm not talking about the success. I'm talking about the number of actual.
The one that's winning, was it? Is it Chelsea's number one? Isn't it? They got a male manager.
They had a woman's one before.
They had a woman before.
And she was the one that was running.
She was running things. She was super successful.
I think it was a male one now, but maybe I'm wrong.
But my point was that.
Oh, that one. She went to America, innit? She's
the national team,
the national American.
So, but my point at that time was that there were more men. There was, like, the presence of men in managerial. I was like, why can't? So I was agreeing with the notion. Yeah, you know what, the male grip is a little bit too tight in here.
Well,
no, it's a woman.
Okay, my bad. Sorry, I thought I saw a report. After we beat it's Chelsea we beat, innit? Yeah, we beat Chelsea. I'm talking about Arsenal. Women beat Chelsea, and it's like the first game they had lost in. So it's a bit one sided that league, unfortunately. Arsenal were running things at one point, and then Man City were running things. I think it's Chelsea's turn now. It's like one team is just running things. But I guess it's the same with most teams. But yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully. She does, but she said she's not doing punting anymore. She's like, she backed out of her own accord. She's happy to do other things. She's part owner of 2 football teams. She does speaking here or there and whatever. So she's
I feel like she might have. I think she got
black belt.
Yeah, because of the Joey Barton stuff as well. Like, she won that Joey Barton case and whatever, and then afterwards, things started to go a bit sticky for her.
She said that she stepped back. I think she said before ITV, they told her they're cutting down from 3 to 2, or something like that, or from 4 to 3 or whatever, and she's probably not going to get as much time. And then she said, let me back out, kind of thing. As far as she was talking, because I probably more maybe leaning towards you or somewhere in the middle. She's like, things were cut across the board. I might have lost some space, but I've decided to step back from that part of my career myself. I'm doing other stuff now.
I heard she even asked Ian Wright if if he can give her the heads up for when he can't make it, so that they can put her name in, so that she could cover the spaces that he couldn't.
She wasn't happy with,
and he said no.
She said, "Well,
his team."
The way I heard it is that, can you put in a good word for me? And yeah, he's got the draw, he's got the power to do that, and he didn't. So I don't know.
Again,
I don't know if Ian Wright has issues with
Eni Aluko.
Any personally.
Some people saying that he's got problems with Africans because he's got previous.
Listen, I walked into work today, and some of the old heads were talking about something. And they said, do you know... and they're not even that much older than me. They're like 10 to 15 years older than me. And I forgot what it was they were... And they asked me, how old are you? Because he won't know. He won't know. I said, how old are you? And then they said, that's it, dial-up. They said, do you know about dial-up? I said, of course I know about dial-up. He said, yeah, how do you know about dial-up? I said, what are you talking about, bro? He said, explain dial-up. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What are you talking about? And then they asked, how old are you? I said, I'm 46. They're like, what? And the Jamaican said, bloody Africans.
Okay.
You looked so young as far as he was concerned. So that was him believing that Africans look younger than Caribbeans. And I was thinking, I didn't ever think there was a difference between us in that regard.
Nobody did that.
There is it.
And then
it's just him that's decided that in his head.
But he meant it. And then the Sikh was there showing us his kids, talking about how his oldest and youngest son look the same and his middle one looks different than the rest of them. And I said, I'm sorry, I must be racist. Because they all look the same to me.
I can't have it.
But they did.
But you said Ian Wright had previous.
Yeah, apparently. I think he had one particular time he had an issue with like a traffic warden or something.
Yeah.
He said a couple of things there that wasn't very...
He did a Spice Girl business.
Spice Girls? What's it mean, Spice Girls?
No, because remember that
it was a Spice Girls. It was Cheryl Cole that woman.
Cheryl Cole. Okay.
What's it called? Jigaboo.
The toilet.
I'll never forget that she slapped Auntie and called her a Jigaboo. Never. She can run in hell.
Yeah, never either. Me neither.
Never ever will I ever forget that woman.
Never ever.
Many.
All right. Okay. On that note, let's do our church notes and our goodbye. Let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to discuss? Okay, yeah, I can do that another time. All right. let's get on with this. So let's start off with.
I was wrong
about the
small Chinese province. I was wrong.
Okay.
They've got Chinese provinces as small as 600,000 people, and then the ones that I got 100 million, there's about 4 of them, and those will represent the top. But the other provinces they've still got more population than the whole of the UK. Anyway, go on.
Well, yeah, those provinces did, yeah. What is the population of UK?
It's currently 70 million, something like that.
Why is this not playing?
70 million and 10 million in London or something like that.
All right. Okay. Simple Simon, you start off. Tell us.
What's it called? This week, what did we do? We watched Send Help, the Sam Raimi film, the same guy that made what do you call it? Drag Me to Hell, which I liked as one of my films. It's under the horror banner. I would say it's more of a thriller, but I think there's horror because there's a little bit of blood and gore in there. So that was good. I've also now watched Is This Thing On? This is the Bradley Cooper film. It's actually quite a good film. It's 2 hours long, and it does feel a little bit long. I did pause it at one point. I was like, I'm an hour in. I still had another hour to go. But it is a nice film. It's not action or anything like that. So if you're looking to watch a film where loads of things happen, it's not that. But it is a nice character type movie. I watched another film called Dust Bunny today, which is a bit of a weird one.
It sounds like porn.
It does sound like, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I
want to watch that actually.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot actually, but it's good. If you get a chance, have a look at that. What else did we do this week? Industry, of course. Watch them series there. And yeah, I think that was about it. Can't think of anything else. Can't remember anything else.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Big Wahala.
Big Wahala on Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter. Shout out Jill Scott. Listen to a new album today. It's good. But after my wife says that's my other wife, so that's probably why I'm bigging her up still. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good album. I watched today Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights. I was telling my wife on the way home actually that I'm gonna describe this podcast. Describe the film on the podcast. I'm gonna say it's the most visually beautiful depiction of disrespect I've ever seen. That's what I would say. It's visually beautiful film. It's actually it's a good film as well, but it just looks amazing, like the way they do things. But it is the height of disrespect, therefore. So when you watch it, you maybe gonna understand what I'm talking about.
Or if you've read the book.
No. Oh no, I was talking more to you, to be honest. That's why I was looking in your direction. But yes, that's the will of the public if they haven't read the book. And I didn't know. My wife wanted to watch this film because Kate Bush has got a song called Wuthering Heights. I know the song. I never knew that was the name of the song. I never did that, by the way. So yeah. Yeah, so I never. But she didn't know about Babushka. She's like, what's that? I'm like, eh? I was like, I can't know Babushka. I cannot know that. And I thought that was our biggest song, but they was like, no. But then I forgot that she also did when I'm running down those hills. And I forgot she did that as well.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things made that.
They rinsed that song, bro.
Yeah.
Even me, that have ever watched that.
Yeah, apparently that brought her back in the charts and everything.
Of course it would have.
Yeah, so yeah, but she didn't know what Babushka. I was like, I don't know about Kate and Bush and know about Babushka, bro.
Hey, well, none of you know my favorite Kate Bush song.
Which is what?
I can't remember.
But that's your favorite. I was saying to her, sorry to cut you. I was saying to my wife, that is the original Buke. That one there, that Kate Bush.
Yeah. I'll give it that. It's not as good as Buke, but yeah, I'll give it that.
It's got bars, bruv. But anyway, yeah. So I watched that. That was good. I'm trying to think if I watched something else that I haven't spoken about previously before, but I probably haven't. So I'm good with that. I've had a very busy week this week. I haven't watched much stuff.
Sorry. You on in there? All right. Yeah, I'm Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss on all the socials. I've been watching like quite a lot of films recently, and but I can never remember them to bring them to the pod. I'm not the film person, anyways. So neither here nor there. But I've definitely been catching up on my foreign films. I watched The Batman today
again
at 2 times speed. Yeah, because I wanted to watch The Penguin. So I said, and I'm a bit of a. I have an issue with not having to watch the old stuff before I watch the new stuff. So I watched The Batman and I'll start watching the Penguin series because it's just,
why not?
I knew I was going to watch it anyways, but there's a podcast I'll watch or listen to sometimes. It's the John Campia podcast. He does film. They talk about films and TV. And somebody said, "Oh, there's a TV program," and he said it's going to be like. This new Spider-Man, the Spider-Man new, and someone said, they reckon it might be like Prestige, and they're like, I don't think they're marketing like that, and they said it's not like the Penguin. The Penguin was like Prestige, like not many comic book TV programs will fall into that category of Prestige, and it doesn't see Spider-Man new, which I agree with. But then I didn't know that. I know the Penguin got good reviews. I know you rated it, and I know it even won or got nominated for some awards. But it didn't cross my head that it was people are calling it. Nah, this is Prestige TV. Like, was it on HBO?
Yes, potentially yes. DC is HBO, yes,
or wherever it was. But I said, okay, you know what? So it's been in my library to watch it. But I said, you know what? Let me actively go watch it because I've been trying to catch up on films. But I said, no. I can watch it.
Let me just mention something I haven't mentioned, but I've been watching for weeks. Is it called Knights of the Seven Kings? It's the new Game of Thrones one. That's actually good as well, by the way. It's very small.
Very funny.
Half hour,
very funny.
40 minutes episodes. It's good. I've read the book though, so again, I already know what's happening in it. So my wife was like, "When did you read all of these books?" I'm like, "I read books, man. When I want to read a book, I read it." Although I haven't finished this Dan Brown book still.
Neither have I, actually.
I think I need to take it with me, and it's just too heavy to put in my bag. But anyway, yeah.
I don't have that excuse. I've got it digitally.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just get it digitally just so I can go for it.
Yeah. Let me not say I don't have the time. Because if I'm on the loo, I could be reading that. And I just don't.
No, you can just do audiobooks.
I don't want to do audiobooks for some reason. I've got quite a few, but I don't do them.
I think the only audiobook I ever did was Wenger's one.
I did, and he was talking.
Yeah, he was talking.
I did, what's it, Mrs. Obama's one. Yeah, Becoming.
I think if it's the person that's like their thing, I don't mind doing it like that way, but I don't think I can do storybooks.
Oh, so, okay, yeah, okay. And I did, was it Dan Coyote? I can't remember, but a very old, popular book. I think it would have been better if I read that one, actually. I didn't even enjoy the audiobook. So I think audiobooks for me is just like, I don't know. If somebody's talking, it should be a podcast. No book. I'm obsessed with podcasts. All right, but my Stavros says this week is going to be an interview, or more specifically, the bit at the end. I don't know if I'm going to put the whole 20-minute interview or just put the 3-minute monologue that he does at the end. It's Ian McKellen on Stephen Colbert's talk show, and he requests he does a Shakespeare piece, and he does a Shakespeare piece, and it is so phenomenal. It is so phenomenal. I'm just sending it to you. You people have to watch it. It reminded me that I really, 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 really love like words when they're done properly, and I've been reminded this week how picky I am, or how snobbish I am, or how high my standards can be with people. I met my ex for the first time in 20 years this week, and one of the things she said is I was very. Are you still? What did she? I don't know if she just said, "Are you still?" or you were very, like, not pinicky. What is it when you the judgmental kind of thing? Are you still very judgmental? I said, "Yeah, I'm still the same." She's like, "Yeah, that's something that it was hard for me to keep up with, because you demanded a lot, or you judged a lot." And when I was watching this man do this monologue, not only was the acting on point, because people say he's like one of the greatest Shakespearean actors, and I see it because I don't follow Shakespeare. I've never watched Shakespeare. I've never even read a play, so I don't know nothing. Seeing this dude, what?
You've never read a Shakespeare play?
No. Not that I can remember, because I'm now becoming to realise that there are things that have happened in my life that it's just been wiped out.
Macbeth was my favourite, bro.
But no, I watched the Macbeth film, the one with, I think it's Macbeth, the one with Denzel Washington recently.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that with the Three Witches?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I haven't watched that. Denzel must have.
it was good, actually. It was good. But yeah, and I've seen certain scenes. Like there's a scene from Henry V. I love the speech where he's talking to the army to get them ready to go and fight the French. I very much love it. So there are bits I see, and I know Shakespeare's done, but I've never sat there and read a play or had to study the play or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
But so for one, his acting was fantastic, and then the words themselves were fantastic as well. And it just stunned me. And then I realised, I'm very fussy, yes, but if you do something well, I appreciate it properly, and it moved me. And that moved me. I was like, I was almost in tears, and I was like, this man is just talking for 3 minutes, and it almost made me to tears. I'm like, this is fantastic. So I'm sharing it, and hopefully you can appreciate it. And it's quite poignant with what's going on, and it's something that's written 400 years ago, and it's like history just keeps repeating itself over and over and over again, just over and over and over again.
Okay, talking about history, actually one more thing. It was our father's 80th birthday.
I wanted them to be on the pod this week actually. I was saying, let's go to the
and I had one of the most fun times I've ever remember in my life.
That is one of my best nights ever.
But so we had a small gathering at the house where people came to say happy birthday to my father, and I don't know, he was dancing like for ages. He played music, he was dancing, he was so happy, and it was just a lovely moment to see my dad that happy, man. And yeah, man, I've been watching the videos over and over again. I've been looking at his photos over and over again. Maybe I'm getting sentimental because he's getting older, and I'm wondering whether I'm gonna have this much more moments with him. But I really had a very, very good time that day. So happy birthday to my...
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say happy birthday to my dad. That he reached 80 now. You know what I mean? That's a big achievement.
Yes, uncle.
And he's 80 and I don't know people that hate him. If that makes sense. So...
Happy birthday, uncle.
Good, man. It's good. People had good things to say about him, which is still good.
Earlier on in the day, what did he say? I feel young or something like that. It was just I haven't even read the thread. It just popped up on the thing, and that was it just brought a smile to my face. There, it's just like I feel young, because I know some people saying happy birthday, and then just my dad. I feel young. It's not something I would expect my dad to write in a WhatsApp group. And that evening, it was. I said it. It's gone way up there in my top memories of my life. Just my dad, just basking in joy, and it's just like when people. I was talking to somebody, an ESNer, and they live in Abu Dhabi right now, and I'm like, I don't know if I could move out. They've moved out with their daughter, and they're like, I'm not coming back. Everybody that goes there says they're not coming back. All of them that go there say they're not coming back.
And then they come back 2 years later.
No, I haven't known.
Maybe that's from there.
I haven't known one to come back.
Okay.
I haven't known one to come back. Whether it's Dubai or Abu Dhabi, I haven't. Well, she's the only one I know in Abu Dhabi. Everyone else I know is in Dubai. In fact, B Sharp. He's another one. Gone out there, and he's like, yeah. I saw him when he. One of my neighbours is his bedrooms, and I saw about something. Why are you doing that at my house? And then he told me, oh yeah, he's just popping in because he's come from there. Again, I ain't coming back. I said, is it that deep? Because you're like the fifth person that's. He's like, where
is he? Abu Dhabi or Dubai?
I think he might have been Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is very, very.
But this is a while back now.
Abu Dhabi is a very, very quiet place. It's very. It's if you're from somewhere like Lagos, Abu Dhabi will just be like a madness to you because it's the most. It's not lawless. It's like the complete opposite of Lagos. Like there's no lawlessness at all. Everything is structured. Everything seems structured. People walk across the road correctly. All of this type of stuff, and it's again the tax and stuff is a good benefit. And if you just want a quiet life in a nice temperature with a nice environment, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, T was like 19 degrees is cold now. It says 19 degrees in Dubai right now. It's cold. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm used to 20, 25, 30. Said, but when we were in Morocco, it was 40, yeah?
Yeah.
Because he's like, that's how hot it gets there. I said, when we were in Morocco, that was 40. And it wasn't deaf to me. The way people talk about Dubai when it's hot, like they talk like it's death.
Desert.
They talk like it's death. And I'm like, it was the same 40. So going to your point about how hot it actually is and what you're actually feeling, I guess it's two different things. Because I guess in the desert, it's different because in Morocco, it wasn't death. It was hot, but it wasn't death.
Everything in those places are artificial, innit? It's not, none of it feels real. It's like they bought water from this place to put it there. You know, do the type of stuff.
I guess the humidity levels will play a part as well.
But yeah, I can understand why the people want to stay in those places. But yeah, man, shout out my dad, man.
Yes, Daddy. Celebrations. We're really happy, and yeah. By the time you hear this, surprise!
You better not hear him before.
Huh?
You better not hear it before.
He's not gonna hear it before, is he? It don't come out till Tuesday. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to the pod, supporting us, and sharing the good word and all of that good stuff. If you are going to do that, hashtag ESN pod to start joining the conversation.
Plug.
Stavros Boss, stop talking about black women and black women's hair. Hashtag ESN pod to start joining the conversation. esnpodcast@gmail.com to
Plug.
send in the things.
Tell them.
Yeah, I think I'm very tired. I can't speak for you guys.
I'm very hungry and tired.
Well, remember, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for life.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yes.